Often when an outfit doesn't work, it's because of the neckline. Let's talk about it. The infamous V-neck. There are a million different shapes out there. Well, not really shapes because it is a V-neck. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Annalisa J. Hi, if you are a returning subscriber, I am always grateful for every single one of you. If you're new to the channel, hello. I hope you get comfortable and stay a while and see if you like my content. If you do so, consider subscribing. Let's get right into today's video. A famous quote by Coco Chanel is, "Fashion is architecture, it is a matter of proportion." Finding the right neckline for your face and body, it's crucial in polishing your look and enhancing your proportion. Today we are going to discuss just that, how you too can find the perfect neckline for your face and body. So what makes a V-neck or a scoop neck look so flattering and beautiful on some people but not on others? What about a turtleneck? Who can benefit from it and who should stay away from it? You are in the right place. Keep on watching. We're going to discuss all of this and the importance of making these decisions when choosing an outfit for your body. I am going to start with 3 simple rules that are widely available, and most people will base their decisions on those, which they are the width, the type, and the depth. But we're gonna go a little bit deeper. But first, let's start with the basics. The type. It is believed that the neckline of your garment should follow the face shape that you have, so the jawline. However, there are some exceptions to this. This is why I want to dive a little bit deeper. The second one is the width, and it is believed that the width of your neckline should match somehow the width of your face. Do you guys do that? Did you know about this? And the third one is the depth. It is believed that the depth of your neckline, somehow it is related to the length of your face. I didn't know this one. I don't know if I'm sold on this one. That's why I went further and did my own researches. I am going to break this down even further because after reading article upon article and talking to some of my friends that are stylists, I believe there are 7 things that we should consider when choosing our neckline. I know it sounds overwhelming, but trust me, I'm gonna break it down nice and simple so you can understand what I'm talking about, and also you can experiment and try things yourself to see if what I'm saying applies to you. So what are those 7 things? We are gonna discuss face shape, neck, shoulders, chest, hips and torso. And can you guess the last one? Many of you don't think about it. I didn't either, but it makes a big difference. Hair and your haircut. When discussing face shape, we have our basic face shape, which are round, square, heart-shaped, oval, and diamond shaped. So who can benefit from what? For example, somebody that has a very round or a square face might benefit from a longer neckline, as it would counteract the squareness or the roundness. However, somebody that has a very long face might not benefit from a long neckline, as it will call more attention to the length of the face, as it will elongate this whole area. This brings me to the neck, which is the star of this video. Do you have a long neck, a short neck, a thick neck? Do you have a double chin? Do you have an athletic neck? Those are all things to take in consideration when making decisions. For example, if you have a long neck, a turtleneck is gonna look absolutely sophisticated and elegant on you, while a long V-line or a long V-neck is not gonna do you as much justice, as it will elongate this area even more, creating some disproportion. But a boat neck or a crew neck will look beautiful on you by creating some symmetry and proportion and balancing out your look. Do you have a short neck or a no neck? Stay away from anything that will cut your neck right here. So crew necks that are tight, short and tight V-necks will tend to accentuate the shortness. However, you can opt for a longer V-neck, which will expose more skin, in return elongating this area. This is a similar concept to nude shoes. Where we have more skin exposed, your eye will tend to go there. So a lot of time on set, we tell models to wear shoes that are nude in color, as it will give the appearance that their legs are even longer. So think about that when you are getting dressed. If you have a thin or an average neckline, you are in the lucky pool of people that can experiment with a variety of necklines. Anything from a turtleneck to a V-neck to a square neck. A boat neck is gonna look amazing on you. So don't be shy, have fun with it. But there are a few other things that we're gonna discuss that might hinder some of your decisions a little bit. Do you have a thick neck or a muscular neck? Stay away from the bulk. Stay away from bulky fabrics. Stay away from thick necks around this area. Stay away from bulky scarves. Don't put sweaters on top of a t-shirt. Just leave this area nice and open, as it will elongate it, as well as longer V-lines are good for you. For you especially, also be very careful, just like for short necks or no necks, on what fabrics you choose. Should you choose to have something that sits higher, you want to choose thin floating fabrics versus heavy and bulky fabrics. Shoulders are the third thing to consider. Do you have broad shoulders like I do? Do you have narrow shoulders? Do you have bony or angular shoulders? Is your collarbone nice and defined, or is it more hidden? Let's talk about shoulders. If you have broad shoulders like I do, try to stay away from necklines that are tight and short, as the more fabric showing here will make your shoulder appear even broader. Instead, opt for necklines that are a little bit more open and a little bit deeper, such as this one that I'm wearing today. I think it's pretty cute. If you have narrow shoulders instead, try to opt for necklines that are a little bit narrower and shorter. The extra fabric on this area will give the illusion that your shoulders are a little bit broader. This is an amazing trick if you are pear-shaped, where your shoulders are narrower and your hips are a little bit wider, and it will bring some balance and harmony to your body, making your shoulder appear as wide as your hips, giving you a little bit of an hourglass shape. For those of you with a narrower shoulders, crew necks, turtlenecks, deeper V-necks are all good. So experiment. Let's talk about the chest. This is something that I know many of you not struggle with, but it's a point of interest, let's say that, whether you have a larger chest or a really small chest. So let's discuss what necklines should you opt for. If you have a larger chest, or if you're gifted in this area, like I am a little bit, try to keep in mind that the line from classy to not so classy can be crossed a little bit easier for us, as we are a little bit flashier up here. So while a longer and deeper neckline would look amazing, be careful, because you can cross that line really quickly. Also, something else that many of you don't think about: if you have a little bit of a larger chest and you choose a neckline that is extremely narrower and longer, all the extra fabric here will give the appearance that your breasts are actually sagging. So try to keep that in mind and try to keep it a little bit more open up here and not super plungy. If you have a smaller chest, again, you can play with anything and everything. Just remember that some necklines are gonna make your chest appear smaller, while other might make it appear a little bit larger. They're gonna give a little bit of an illusion, such as turtlenecks. Turtlenecks will do that for you. Hips and torso. Believe it or not, choosing the proper neckline will create some harmony and balance with your hips and torso, by creating harmony and kind of almost give it a counter effect, depending which one you want to enhance and which one you want to hide a little bit. If you have a thick torso, or you are a little bit apple shaped, something that is more open up on top and will show a little bit more flash up here will actually create some harmony and balance, as the eye will tend to want to go on this area, making it appear a little bit larger, therefore making your hips and waist look a little bit smaller. In other words, by doing that, you're gonna redirect the attention from your hips to your face and neck area. If you are pear-shaped, a boat neck or a ballet neck will be wonderful for you to create some harmony and balance on your body, as it will offset the appearance of wider hips. If you are an inverted pear shape, meaning that you are larger up on top and narrower on the hips, an open neckline will not serve you well. Instead, try to opt for a longer V-neck, as it will elongate this area, making your hips appear a little bit more rounded and bringing some harmony and balance to your look. And the last of the points that I made is the hair. Okay, a lot of people don't think about this, but you have to think about the term of lights and shadows. And where the shadows cast, usually it tends to make things look more bulkier and blockier. So, for example, my hair is now touching my shoulders. When my hair is at my jaw length, it tends to let more light through this area, giving the impression that my neck is a little bit longer and leaner. If you have a double chin, play with this, because for some people it really works, for some people it's gonna enhance that. But I'm gonna show you on me, just putting my hair up in a ponytail, it's gonna do wonders on making my face and my neck look longer and more elegant and elongated. So here we go. Just by doing this, you can see that this area all of a sudden looks a lot more elegant. When I do this, for as much as I love it, it tends to give my neck a little bit of a thicker impression. So I usually will get a trim just below my jawline to keep a little bit of light from coming through. With that said, I'm not saying go out and chop your hair, but based on what neckline you're wearing, experiment a little bit, maybe a loose bun, a ponytail, even just a pin on the side, just to leave a little bit of light in. Try to play with your hair, because I do believe it does have to do with your neck. If you notice in a lot of movies, a lot of celebrities, when they are wearing certain necklines, their hair is up or it's done more voluminously. I don't know if that's a word, but anything they do, if you start paying attention, they have stylists and it helps them to create balance. The end of the game is symmetry, balance, and harmony. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter what size you are and what your body shape is, if you can counteract those things just by simply creating optical illusions. So what are some of the most popular necklines and who are they best suited for? Let's take a look. The sweetheart or heart-shaped, it has a retro aesthetics and it will give an illusion of a slimmer shoulders and neck. It's great for regular and full-size breasts, as well as short chins and necks. It also works well for women with a petite waist and narrow shoulders, as it will enhance your curve. Square necklines look amazing on voluptuous busts, enhancing and highlighting curves without adding volume. It looks sophisticated, especially when done in solid colors. However, be careful if you have a square jaw, as the two lines can create too much of a block. I'm not saying don't do it, but experiment and maybe find a square that is not so broad, but a little bit more narrow, where you maybe just have this part being square. But don't shy away from it, still try and experiment. The scoop neckline. It comes in many width and depth, and this is a style that works for any silhouette. It focuses on the cleavage, so be aware based on your chest not to go too low like we discussed if you have larger chest, but this beautiful rounded neckline will work wonders if you have a little bit of double chin. From hourglass shapes to narrow shoulder, this top will work for you. The infamous V-neck. There are a million different shapes out there. Well, not really shapes, because it is a V-neck. Okay, let's try this again. The infamous V-neck. There are all sorts of depth and width to V-necks, so choose accordingly. But the V-necks, just like the scoop neck, comes in a variety of depth and width, and you have to find the right one for you. This is another one that will work for most shapes and size. Just be mindful if you have wider shoulders, like we discussed previously. Long, deep V-neck will elongate wide shoulders, while shorter and narrower V-neck are great for narrow shoulders by creating some balance and the appear that they are a little bit wider. A word of caution, be careful on going too deep if you have a large chest, as it can make it appear saggy. And this is just because of all the fabric that our eye is gonna see. That's what gives that illusion. If you have a lot of fabric from here to pretty much where the V-neck ends, it's gonna give the idea that your chest is gonna sit way lower than it really is. Halter neck. This is a classic style and it is oh so feminine, but because it elongates and draw your eyes upward, it's best suited for hourglass figure, inverted triangle shapes, athletic body types, as it adds curves, femininity, and it also brings balance to a full bust. So take notes on this one, ladies. Off the shoulder, or the Bardo style neckline. This is a wide open neckline exposing shoulders. It adds volume. It's great for concealing arms. It will elongate necks, great for pear-shaped and small bust, and good for droopy shoulders because of the horizontal lines it creates. Avoid if you have broad shoulders, unfortunately, and if you have a large bust. It will enhance these features, but you never know, you might find the one that is perfect for you. Asymmetricals. This year they are all the rage. This creates an illusion and it also draws the eye to the entire silhouette versus just one place, like the other necklines. It harmonizes waist and hips. This is great for voluptuous women and small chests alike. Button-ups. You guys can tell I'm a big fan of button-ups. They've always worked for me. Just find the right button-ups. And there are some tips here. This works for most as long as the chest area and the shoulders are fit properly. And by this I'm talking, you don't want this area to look like it's busting at the seam. You want something that sits nicely, and also the shoulders, you want them to fit where your shoulder ends. You don't want the shoulder up here like I see sometimes people. You want to be able to move. You don't want to feel like you're in a cast, but I think there is a button up for everybody out there. And finally, the last one is the turtleneck. It looks amazing on longer necks as it makes you appear super elegant and sophisticated. It also accentuates the shoulders and works beautifully on smaller chest. It is not a great fit if you have a double chin, wide shoulder, or a large bust. If you still choose to wear these, be aware of the fabric you choose and the bulk that it can create. One suggestion I have, if you want to wear turtleneck, sometimes I try to choose some that is just one piece that goes up and it doesn't have to fold over. That will reduce the amount of bulk on your neck, and maybe something that's not up to here, because I know that will enhance my double chin. Yes, I have a double chin. But I'm sure there is something out there for you. What I'm saying with these are guidelines that you can look at and kind of go in the right direction. However, if you're somebody that absolutely loves turtlenecks and in this list it says that they're not for you, don't give up, keep shopping. You might find the right one for you. You might find a mini turtleneck. So there are options out there. I am encouraging you to experiment, try, and just be aware of those things. This is mostly for me to plant a seed so you are aware of what to look for when something doesn't look quite right with an outfit you have. It might be a beautiful outfit, beautiful fabric, everything is perfect, but something is just off. Consider the neckline. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was one that you requested. I know it took me a little bit to make. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you experimented with any of this. What is your favorite neckline? I want to know down in the comments below. I absolutely love sweetheart necklines, as well as, of course, button-ups and V-necks. They work extremely well for me if I find the right ones. I have had incidents where I look like a football player because I chose the wrong neckline. But again, like I said, blend it in there and let it be. This is one more tool in your arsenal. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you absolutely didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. I want to know. I want you to be honest. And don't forget to share and subscribe. I will see you next week right here with the brand new videos. Also, the shorts are coming. I'm working on some of them. And I will also see on my Instagram where I chat with you quite a bit. So see you in a little bit in the comments. Bye! Oh, before you go, I know you're gonna ask. Today I am wearing Lisa Eldridge velvet ribbon. All right, bye.